Under Night in Birth, Executable, Latest, or as the cool kids say, UNIST is a title for EVO 2019.
Mission complete.
Melee getting dropped from EVO 2019 is like the most surprising thing to happen, but also the most not surprising thing to happen, and I'm kind of mad that that makes sense, but you know what I mean. Like honestly, I know it sucks and I feel bad for the Melee community for getting the game dropped. Like, trust me, like, I've been a fan of the Smash Bros series since like Smash 64. Like, I've been playing them casually from then till now. I never played Melee competitively, but like Smash 4 and Ultimate, like, I actually played competitively, and I've always watched Melee just because as a fighting game fan, like, you see Smash and fighting games cross over all the time, which is really dope. So you just kind of, it's easy to become a fan of like the other scene and everything. But at the same time, like, that game, like, I was like hoping that game would go. And like, not in like a bad way, obviously, because I just explained I love Smash Bros and have respect for that scene. But like, when I think of EVO, like, EVO is obviously a celebration of all fighting games. And if you go to EVO, even with any other tournaments, like, you'll see there are plenty of old fighting games there that people play that are super old, and people are just playing it for the love of the game, and they're just playing it because it's a celebration of all fighting games. But when it comes to like the main lineup of games, they're typically the newest, freshest, up-and-coming games, and old games cycle out. That's just how it goes. Like, it sucks seeing your favorite game cycle out because it's old or a sequel came out, but that's just how it works. And Melee was already like going against that rule pretty much already, because like, say for example, you're a big fan of Street Fighter 4. Oh, well, when Street Fighter 5 comes out, get fucked. You watch Street Fighter 4 cycle out, and then Street Fighter 5 comes in, and what can you do about it? And it's the same thing, like, if you like Street Fighter 3, when Street Fighter 4 comes out, you have to watch that cycle out. And like, same with Marvel, like, Marvel got old, it wasn't getting updated. Psych. It did get updated, it was just garbage, and we all want to forget about it. It's like, that game actually, Marvel Infinite at least played okay. Like, it was pretty fun. It just, I mean, we all know what happened with that game, so whatever. But yeah, like, so Marvel, that game sucked. So like, they didn't put it in. Like, it is what it is. And then now that killed Marvel 3 because it was the sequel. So it's like, the sequel got in, then no one liked the sequel, so the sequel got dropped. And with Melee, like, you have 2 Smash titles in there, and one of them is the sequel to the other. So if Melee is a game that's like, what, 15 years strong, and the community is so hardcore that they're going to keep the game alive for as long as possible, if not keep growing, like, to where the game is still getting streamed and they have all these like subs and stuff like that on Twitch and all these followers, why would the game ever get dropped? Like, it would never get dropped. It would be there literally forever. Like, if there's another Smash sequel on there, Ultimate, and Smash 4 is on there, and Melee is still on there every time, you're gonna have 2 Smash games there. Melee is the only game that would just be there forever. So it makes sense, like, that it would get dropped, and that's why I was like, it's gonna get dropped. And that's why it's like, it's bittersweet, but yeah, I get why the game was dropped. And I know it's not just that, like, from what I understand, like, I don't run tournaments, I'm not a TO, so I'm not an expert on that. But I do know that, from what I understand, like, it just makes sense that that game is a bit harder to run. Like matches in Smash Bros take a really long amount of time compared to other games. Like, I know Dragon Ball FighterZ is really long, but I mean, Smash Bros has always been historically really long, and I guess there's some concern with their players wanting like best of 5s or something like that, and Mr. Wizard not wanting to give it to them. But I think the big thing too was the fact that, like, you have to use GameCube controllers and like CRTs. I feel like lugging around like extra like bulky old ass equipment just for one 15-year-old game, it's cool when you're like a huge fan of that game and it's your passion for it and you want to carry it. But when you're like putting on an event for other people, I can see how if you don't have that same passion, it's like, yo, like, this is whack. You know, like, this is whack. So I get why he would have dropped it. It's sad, and I know it's definitely not the end for the game. Like, everyone knows that. Like, it just sucks that they lost a super major of theirs, but they have so many other events that they'll still have. And like, knowing that those guys like are super passionate about their game, like just the way that they are, they'll definitely try to like rival and outdo EVO with another major to really show they don't need EVO, which they say time and time again, and I hope they do. Like, that'd be good for them. That way they don't have to worry about, are we in next year, or like one more year chance and shit like that. That way they don't have to worry about that. So I mean, hopefully they do that. That would be cool. But UNIL though, UNIST, that's pretty sick. I don't play. I play pretty much every fighting game, and I have played it. I play Gordeau because I just want to swing a scythe around the full screen and just not really care. Like, that's all I want to do. But anyway, getting off track. Guilty Gear got dropped. That's one of my favorite games. Like, you know, like, what are you gonna do? Like, games just get old. It sucks. They get dropped. It is what it is. But yeah, hopefully those dudes come back stronger. Glad UNIST came through. From what I'm hearing, the finals day on EVO is sounding like pretty weird. I heard that Dragon Ball FighterZ isn't going to be on Sunday. Like, that's hella weird. MK11 isn't going to be on Sunday. Like, the game is just coming out, and it's going to be a really popular game. So I think I just saw like a tweet of this. I don't know if it's official or anything. So I think I'll find like a tweet of that or something. I'm just kind of like making this video really quick, but I'll put something on the screen to kind of confirm that or not, whatever that may be. But yeah, overall, I think the overall lineup is fine, and it makes sense to me. But yeah, I mean, if I do end up going to EVO this year, hopefully I'll have some footage up of that, and then hopefully yeah, the Melee boys can figure their lives out. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.